You're walking on some spaceship. You're telling me, shh, I'm hiding. I see you as you're human, but you're not a human. It's some star DNA because you have a crystalline structure, more like crystals. They look like multifaceted stars. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just multi kind of like 3D structure of a star with multiple angles, many 12, you say 12. But you wear a suit with the badges, it's like in front, actually, on your chest. And you have this large, kind of like green eyes, like light green, with the silver suit, and the neck is covered with a suit also. And you're saying, you're joking. You're saying I'm from Star Trek, ha ha ha. But you're saying just make sure, be quiet. It's like you took me to the moment when you're doing something sneaky on that ship. You're supposed not to disturb those green looking, what are they? They look like Dracos, but they're green color. Some of them are bright green. I feel those are females, and the other ones are like thicker, bigger. They're males. They have this big yellow eyes. When you look at them, you feel like it's paralysis. Like they cause you paralysis when you look at them, and you say they used to do this to you when you were little a lot. They used to paralyze you and take you to the to the spaceship. But now you're working for, you call it Star Command. I'm asking, it's a subdivision of, what is this? I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but it's like Yuka Umakus. What is this? Subdivision. You're saying it's from the Mars. There's a Mars, it's underground. There's multiple laboratories. You're saying the Greys and the reptilians done experiments on you, and your only solution was to accept the, I see a paper. I see like it's a black folder. You progress from a black folder to, from a navy, like a blue navy folder, to a black folder. So you've been a soldier, and then you got up to the, it's like a lieutenant or whatever. Like it's not a, it's a commander officer or something, officer in command. You're saying, in, I see the different badges, and they have symbology to them. They have those 4 pointed stars also. And I see you in different uniforms. But I also see you on this spaceship. You show me when you were 6, 7, 8. They would take okay, I see your bedroom, your bed. and I see a gray coming at you, and it's almost like he injects some substance looking bright red into your, and it's like where the third eye area is, and you start moving in your sleep because it's hurting. And this is for fear, for creating fear, and for also making you basically for easy control over you through fear. The substance comes from laboratories from underground Mars. Because I also see one of your clones working in the lab there, and you saying that different ages of children need a different substance to inject fear into them. And that's why a lot of children are, their parents think that they're making up monsters under the bed, but they're not. The monsters are gray, who are waiting carefully and silently for them to go into sleep, and then injects the substances into them so they can block their special abilities. They can infuse fear into them, and the fear substance, it just goes straight to the brain and somehow creates a response, hormonal response, which blocks the hormones of relaxation and all the good ones, you're saying, dopamine, but creates rather cortisol and adrenaline and all those corresponding to run and hide, fight for your life, suppression and chaos. Mm. Control over generations of children, especially those who are bringing something special. And you're just saying that that's what they caused you. They caused you. I see like bubbles, like literally like when you bubble shampoo over your skin, but your skin is like transparent white. It's to the point of so bright white, like a bright white snow in the sun. And under that metallic suit, how did you get to the spaceship? It brings me to Mars. I see you're sitting at the table with two draconians. They kind of look like this big dragon type creatures, like yeah, like in between a lizard and a dragon type face. And they're telling you that you need to go on a mission. You need to infiltrate the spaceship of the draconian species that are in opposition to them. You need to steal some important DNA samples. And they give you some sort of, okay, like you have like a device and like a watch, and they have those watches too, and what they do is they press their watch towards your watch. It looks like a watch, but it's like a bracelet, and you get them like numbers, like tag numbers of what you need to, samples you need to get from their spaceship. And I see like, and then I see how you go into the spaceship. You open, you have some device. It comes from, it's like a little stick from underneath your sleeve that it comes. I don't know what it is. It looks like soft plasma kind of, and it opens up. It opens like a hole in the metallic spaceship, and you get in from the back because the spaceship looks like a giant distorted rhombical kind of. Well, yeah, because the back is like a small triangle and the front is like a long triangle. You go in and I see some containers, a lot of containers. There's a from freezer session where they are kept. There's a lot of metallic boxes with handles, and you can't find. You need to get to the laboratory, and you're going through there's a long metallic looking hallways and bright lights all above. It's like a one strip of light, and I see there is an operation room, and he happens to be in that operation room. There's like it's almost like a room divider, but it's not. It's like a glass wall, and behind it there's shelves on the wall, and that's where those samples are that you need to grab. There's some lamp above them that keeps them at the particular temperature. It's like a transparent glass container attached to the wall, like embedded into the wall. You need to open it too. It has some code. The code, you have to type it in your mind. It's very complicated, but you know how to do it. Because I clearly see you have some in your forehead, you have some device, some implant that you can open, decode stuff. The problem is, it's like originally you've been grabbed. Basically, you think that you're doing something good, but you're not really doing anything good, because the thing is, you are used by the draconian reptilian kind of groups on Mars to receive a special samples of DNA. Honestly, it kind of looks like blood drawn from somebody, or some uh, interconnective tissue, whatever that is, transparent. Some of them transparent, some of them kind of like purplish reddish color. Because, and you're starting to understand this, it looks like in some life 282, and you're living life 287 right now. You'll start to understand that you're being used, and mainly because in all the lives you had strange things happening to you, regarding the like health issues. Sometimes they come, sometimes they go, sometimes they appear only when one of your clones is activated, and then they go in remission. And other times you have deja vus, you have skipping through the it's like a timeline, and there's episodes of timeline that you have to go through, because frequency wise you resonated with it. You think you picked it, but it's not. And you just hop over a few episodes, which is what happens is they use some device. It's like well, devices attached to on this round spaceship at the bottom, and it generates some frequency, particular frequency, plasma ray, and that ray like covers your body, and it sucks out your essence, your soul essence, and brings it to the spaceship. And I see like your body does everything automatically, like on autopilot, and then they return you return you after this. So the 2 episodes, it's not like it's years or anything. No, it's just half a day, maybe less, few hours, and then you go back to your body because they bring you back in, and somebody tells you, oh, that was nice, we did that, and you don't remember how you did it, or you don't remember how you got to this point of reference, or this point in your day, like you don't remember in between breakfast, let's say, and lunch or something like this. um, and I see they do a lot of manipulations like that. But I hear you saying that you're trying to get yourself out and disconnect from them because you're tired of serving them. I see there it's like 24 clones, and you're saying, well, this 25th is being made, and they've done a lot of stuff to me when I was a baby, when they would took DNA from me to create those clones. Yeah. And a lot of times they would bring you to train you for programs. I see Saturn. So Saturn is basically like a hologram. The rings are the platforms of the hologram, and it has different frequencies and different reality. It's kind of like artificial computer realities there, with the different wars when you can be trained to do this or that, to perfect your skills. And they basically take you there and see what you would do in a situation or that situation, and what your emotional response would be, and mental too. And that's why they put you in the family they put you in, because they wanted to study your emotions. And based on that, they could figure out your best capabilities and what implants to use on you in different programs. You're telling me something about the program Starlink, that it actually comes from the moon and connected to the Mars. And you are putting, it's almost like you're drawing a projection in this thin air of a moon and Mars, and you put like a circle around them. You say it's just a one big system stretched out energy wise. And it's these 2 planets are now, you call them planets, but they're not. You say that's just all a hologram. They energetically, it's controlling the holographic stage we're at right now. But the stage is being dissected into a few stages. Some of us are gonna fall through. I literally see a very interesting thing. It's almost like my kid's slime, and I see people standing on it, and I see it separating into different layers, and there are different colors. There's orange, there's whitish, yellowish, and then brown on top, and people standing on top of the brown, and you're pointing at people who are gonna fall through, creating portals, unless there's portals created first and then they fall through. But they fall through that layer into the bottom layers. And some of the beings from bottom layers are gonna go up. It's almost like a game of balance. As many people go up, as many entities as many people go down, as many entities go up. And you're saying that's why you want to disconnect from all what's been happening to you in all these lives, because it's time to stay clean. Because when you're not clean, when you have attachments and connections and ropes and obligations according to your contracts, then they would keep you in those holograms. And it's so not real anyway. It's like you're forced to be an actor in the movie, but you need to live through the movie because your suit, much like your cosmic suit, has neurons in it. And the neurons cause you pain and all the emotions and mental uh, suffering that you don't want to experience anymore. I see your DNA being twisted on the back. I see how you are. I see there's like 36, 42. You're saying you can play with your DNA. Because when you've lived a lot of lives everywhere pretty much, you can expand your DNA to whatever number you want because numbers don't really represent it. It's just a system we use for our brain to understand because with numbers were encoded into this layer of hologram called Earth, but numbers mean nothing. You can make your DNA as big as possible in terms of energy and to draw experiences from other incarnations that are basically happening now, you can say. But when you don't pay attention to them, they kind of like freeze, much like connection freezes. And I see you calling. I told you, you're in your energy sphere. It looks like a blue bubble with transparent overlay on top. I see some cords in between the original surface and the overlay. It's almost like they want to keep you separated from a lot of people, so you're not recognized or you're invisible to them, because they need to preserve your energy for all the clones that they created. By the way, there's hybrids too. I just like see a tank with 15 hybrids. And they look weird. They look like they have this long tails and the like amphibian kind of creatures. They look like it's like a face of a human and a body of a turtle slash lizard, swimming lizard, in this kind of yellowish, bluish colors. Yellow is the bottom. There are 15 of them, but they have the intelligence of a human being, and they can do tasks. At the bottom of the ocean, they can create portals too, because they're connected to a substance of a human, whose DNA is injected into them. So you're saying that I see you like canceling out this container with the hybrids, like a big axe. And I see you're pulling some cord from your what's that bone called? The very bottom, the very first, where this rudimental tail was supposed to be. I just can't think as I'm looking. But at the very bottom of your spinal cord, that's the bone. From there, you pull like a black cord, and when you break it and pull it out and break it into pieces, I see how this little hybrids explode one after another, and that energetically leaves you. It's some sort of tank of supply of the energy for them to grow. because they take them out of the tank and they put them in individual, almost like fish tanks. And I just see like a domino effect of all these things exploding one after another. And yeah, it's like you canceled your permission to do so. And I see as a baby, you don't cry anymore so you reversed it, you changed the timeline. In this new timeline, they've never been taken any of your DNA. And you're just a nice, calm at night. You don't cry anymore. So the clones. The clones are all connected to the Mars base. There's a clone of Miss Furdick. Like literally see a tag on her left. And she's in this white doctor's robe and the laboratory. She's putting some containers, glass containers with some substances and in sort of, it looks like a laboratory, you know, like centrifuges we use at the labs, but it's not that. It changes the frequency of the fluid. So you are, so there's basically like a metallic ball filled with black ghost substance, and from metallic ball there's like multiple cords coming out, and all these cords lead to all of your, I guess it's 25, 20, 27 clones. Yeah. Yeah, 27. And it's just the ball. It's like explodes in explosions, like you make everything slow motion. Since you're a creator, you can stop time. In the etheric, you can do anything you want. And you open like a door, like a portal, and put the ball in. And now I see you immediately at the computer. You're typing something. It's not the computers that we have. It's like a flat screen with like you don't even touch the screen. You just this with your fingers. And it's like a holographic keyboard in a way. It looks different now because it connects, it's through your mind to the keyboard, because you can only activate it when you have a code of somebody who participates in secret space program. You put the code in, and I see you looking at the blue, like dark blue folder, and the black folder. And it says like a triangle, secret information. Are you sure you want to delete? And you say yes, and you delete it. And then you lock it in being deleted with your mind. You be like a capsule. It's like I see from your mind, you shoot like a electric wave, and it locks it in somehow, and it eliminates it from all the systems. Because I see some paper that you're opening something. It's really interesting. It's like, so there's like a desk, and it's connected to computers like one. And from the desk pops out a paper copy of that what you just deleted. And I see 18 pages on it because you look through them. See your fingers are very long and wide. They're 5 fingers. And you just look through it and you fold it. And you basically like put it on your chest and it lights up as red, not like fire. It becomes transparent and then like red and goes almost like into your chest or whatever. I don't know, you absorb it because you say that's the safest way to get rid of something so nobody will pick it up. You absorb it into yourself and then you go. And and then you're in your energy sphere again. Interestingly, that once you disconnect it from all the hybrids and clones, the overlay of your energy sphere is gone. And I see this like a box in front of your forehead. You're taking it out. Taking it out. It's literally like a box, but it's it feels like metal, but I don't know what kind of metal it is because it fluctuates in between yellow and silver, like back and forth, like it's moldable. And when you open it, you see different like compartments in there. And there's almost some life substance like gel, like imagine gels of different colors in each compartment. And you say it's a liquid form of um, programming of different. Yeah, it's kind of like it infiltrates your water system of your body, lymphatic system. And by lymphatic system you say is needed, that was actually needed. It's not a regional system. It was implemented into physical body for one particular reason, so they can use it as the overlay of the original cardiovascular system, and so they can control cardiovascular system. So let's say if they want to do your heart to stop, they can do that through lymphatic system because they put some um, substances in it, and it can literally it's like electric shock or frequency target. They can target any organ with frequency because it's overlaid with lymphatic system. It's like a conductor of those waves. Like I see you showing me, and you're actually pulling out of yourself, which is really interesting. You say it's not what they always tell us. They tell us that it's supposed to cleanse your body, but it does the opposite. So I see there's little balls. It's almost like not balls, but on the back of your spinal cord, just like little things that you unscrew and take them out, and you saying, well, that's the chakra system, but they're actually little discs, much like nails, and they're supposed distribute your energy the wrong way so they can easily access your energy fields and siphon the energy from whatever field they need. That's why they dissected it into so-called chakra system. Because I see you holding it in your palms. There's little nails with a little, there's just like a mechanism on it on top, and you can spin it either way. I feel like that's what they do. When they spin it a certain way, energy either goes in or out. And most of the time they want it out. Um, you open the portal like I showed you, and you put them all in, and you created the fire portal, as you said, and they basically melted. They all melted the box, and There's nails with mechanical tops. Melted. And it's almost like you're raising the frequency to create heat up from inside of your body and to stomach. There's like a stick in the stomach with the, it's not just a stick, it has deformities on it and different symbols. What is this for? Energetic disbalance, problems with digestion when needed, cause havoc in the body, reaction to different you call it full food particles. Let's call it that way then. It's okay. Substances in food, something like this. You take the stick out through your umbilical cord opening. It goes back. There's a one, so that one was vertical. There's a horizontal in between the hips, which actually affects the reproductive organs too. Because energetically, I see that they look like gray. It probably causes pain because it touches the nerves and everything's involved in that area. To take it out too. You call it metallic corsar. I have no idea what it is, but that's the name, I guess, of that implant. You pull some sort of like a plastic off of your body. It's like a plastic membrane, they put it on. There's something about how they grab onto it and pull your energy body out that facilitates the process. And then they squeeze you back in. They have a very large soul that they really, that plastic thing, it also kind of like shrinks you because it's really hard to squeeze you into the body for them. But they needed all this amount of soul energy. They didn't want to split you because they had grand plans for you, for serving them. You did this. DNA. You're still kind of laughing about it because you say, oh, let's stop at 42 then. Strands. I mean, you're saying I don't really care. I can use them all once the time comes, because right now is not the time yet. We have not fully separated from this layer, and all the, you call them bad guys, which are AI activated people. They haven't fallen through all of them yet, through their little portals to the down layers from where they came from. But the time is now, and it's happening now. So you did that. I see you a long time ago. You've lived so many, like you're saying, interesting lives. When you were an observer, you're mostly like not a participator in lives, because I see how you saw the breakup in each epoch when the upgrades were happening. Well, it feels like you were almost like writing a journal in your head. You probably resonate with a lot of information related to Ice Age, Antarctica, that stuff, because I see how you've been in those lives incarnated, and you've been watching the processes, how they create disbalance, chaos. Then they go into so-called natural disasters, how they pick the souls who have to survive, because you say that the Noah's Ark is actually just a hint. It's not like even a real story, but it's a hint how they pick the certain humans with certain DNA to survive all those disasters, to create a new race, because they also modify them each time that happens. You say modification now is different. It's not that they are modifying us. It's us as original creators are modifying our avatar bodies. And we're merging the original ones into these bodies. Because you're showing me some book. You say you're telling me it's like, it's like when computer says your disk is almost full. So basically the matrix and the entity in charge of it, and the Akashi records and the programming of it, of human lives, is full now at this point. That's why it has to fall off and the new system will start up. So this disk is being removed with the creator of the disk. So therefore, all the rights are going to original creators of the program called Earth project. But that's not an easy process because they've infected us with so many AI, unnatural to us programs, that a lot of people gonna have to go through some painful times to get rid of them. Unfortunately, that's how it's all set up. Mhm. Well, I see you are looking at your mental emotional bodies, and they have some spots there. It's like little bubbles, like containers of emotions, because you bottled up a lot of things inside of you. Your subconscious also says that some things you lived through in your childhood that you're not aware of because they were caused by and done to you by reptilians and Dracos on Mars. And your subconscious didn't want your conscious mind to know about them because they would screw up your development into a person your soul wanted to be you to be. And you're now trying to, you're saying it's just easy to click and delete. But you're going through each and every one because you want to know what it is. Because you're saying if you know what it is, you've been used a lot. I just see those bubbles. It's all about being manipulated and used and forced to do things in unbearable circumstances. And then and all you felt like you had nightmares when you wake up in the morning, but it's not that. It was the reality of that subconscious and conscious minds when the body was asleep. And you are eliminating, you're just popping all these bubbles in your mental emotional bodies to get rid of them. Yeah, I told you can speed up the process. You can just like go forward like in the movie and I'll be done. But you're very strategically like targeting each and every bubble and reading information by touching it, each and every one of it. You say there's 18 bubbles in mental body and 36 in emotional. emotions are dominating the thoughts that are encapsulated in those bodies that were making you heavy. That's why subconscious mind, basically your soul, told you to do something about it, and you did. And I feel you feel lighter. I see you. Just turn around. You're disconnected from all the spaceships, from the Draco reptilian guy. It's a hybrid. He was in charge of you. He has a very interesting head. It's like a marble head, you call it, because it has like different colors to it, and they go like in um, geometric figures that we don't have here, kind of like color-wise, structure-wise. You disconnected from him. You said that you refuse to participate in any experiments from now on. And you're just independent soul in the body that is going through refreshment, you say. Reboot. Yeah. Now I see you generating some flowers in your energy sphere. That usually means that you're just high frequency, because you feel very light and you're jumping and running. You created like a meadow with grass and flowers in your energy sphere, and you're happily hopping. And you're like, I see you at the age of 12 and 18, and you created those yourself. You uncreated what was before, and you created yourself as happy as can be at those ages. That's what I see. And you're happy about it. Check again. I don't see anything else. I see how you expanded your energy sphere. I see how big it is. I see your tall. I mean, you look exactly like I see you now as a human in your energy sphere, but then you have the ability to switch to that. I'm trying to understand what race it is. It's a very interesting, like, square, kind of at the bottom, square chin race with beautiful green eyes. The green color is not like any color green on Earth. Cannot really interpret what color that is. But it looks like you just drink energy. You say you don't eat. That's your planet. It's behind the Alpha Centauri somewhere. It's further down. So you explain it. That's interesting, because you mentioned you've been on Mars. You say there's been a planet Marduk. You're saying it's been a planet. It's not an entity before the entity was created, because the planet was taken over by reptilians. And then there's something Maurus S2. It's a satellite of that Marduk planet. Then I hear you say Thor, Taurus, and you kind of like say it. Thor is a boss of reptilians who took over that part of the universe. He has the particular dark black stripes, almost like a zebra stripes on his spinal cord on the back. Go away from there. You live in very interesting structures. You live like in pyramids, and they're multi. If you look in the pyramid, there's like one inside the other, but that's done for the energy accumulation, because energy is everything, and you need to accumulate energy for protection. And because if something happens, you can actually fly in those houses that you live in, shaped as pyramids. It's like, looks like blue transparent glass, crystalline something structure. Yeah, you can activate them, you can find them, you can use them as we use cars here. You said your life was interesting because you liked exploring. Into exploration, you were striving for information. Yeah. You worked as a technical support person on other planets also. So you work with different devices. I see how you're talking with some other interesting creature. And you're saying that there's insectoid forms invading the space of creation of yours and everybody else. And insectoid forms are they generated by AI, and they create copies of themselves and inject them into the Earth's surface. And those are supposed to, what we know, eat the crops, cause havoc, because each layer has to be um, disturbed by AI. Therefore, the things who spread, there's insects who spread diseases, there's animals who bite you, give you rabies and things like that. It's all AI created. It's not supposed to be this way. Mm. You just show me like different planets. Like one after another. I see a planet of like interesting, beautiful, it's like oak trees, like large, huge trees, but they are dark brown color, like cherry color, which is really beautiful. And I see beings, they're very light beings. They propel themselves without any wings, nothing, just energetically to live on trees. They look like little fairies, but without wings. And they know how to activate and reactivate nature on different planets, and a lot of times they help. And when you come and ask them, they would go to a planet with you on your pyramidical spaceship, I guess. You take them there, they refresh, cleanse the fauna, and it's mostly flora, though, of the planets, but then fauna sometimes too. But they're more interested in plants, though. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I see you marine creature too. I see amphibian creatures also. You say that you've seen all the water portals in Atlantis and things like that from your other lives. You know how they open the surface of the ocean. It's easy to do when you live in hologram. You can ask questions if you want, because I'm just, it's like basically I'm standing in front of you, energetic you, your energy bodies, and you're showing me things, which is like a lot of knowledge that you carry. That's probably why you're drawn to study more and more. And it is just the minute you start hearing information, you know inside that you know that information, and that's when a passage with your database in your subconscious activated, and you download that file of information. Therefore, you do know. You just need to break through the other door of connection. Drink some water. So if you want to ask questions, or are you going with me? I see you close your eyes.
Yeah, I was with you on a lot of it. Um, how
Yeah.
do I get rid of this rash that's been with me since 2018?
Oh, that
Itchy.
the yeah, well, the rash is actually that overlay on your energy sphere, plus experiments done on you since you were little,
Okay.
to install mostly fear. Yeah, and you know how children are attached to their parents and afraid of the mom is gonna something happen and things like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like to install that, and the fear of a lot of things like darkness, like when you're by yourself, loneliness, things like that. And that's your body is kind of telling you. Well, some of it was reaction to substances. Some of it was the body telling you, hey, this is not true. Like, look at me, through the body, your subconscious would try to tell you things, but it doesn't really, you wouldn't get the information because your energy was stolen in big proportions because of connection to all the clones and hybrids and everything that were draining you. And
Okay.
that draining you also, see, there's different reasons for the rush. That
Hmm.
draining you also weakens your immune system because mostly they wanted your energy and your strengths in different clones, different missions. Not here, not in the physical. In the physical, they
Okay.
want to be steady, and they wanted you to not do much in life and to be pretty much steady so they can absorb as much energy as they need it. So you don't
Oh.
waste your energy on like traveling, hiking, things like a lot of those things. They didn't want you to do all those things.
Oh. Okay. But
So
that overlay is gone, right? That,
hmm yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And what about what I'm currently doing with the elderberries? Growing elderberries?
Elderberry?
Mm-hmm.
You
Do
taking it?
No, I'm growing it. 600 bushes right now. Growing it to, uh, you know, sell, give, help people.
You don't have fairies anymore to activate the potential in the berries, so you're doing it yourself. And
Okay.
you're gonna. So think how your mind acts. Like you always test something on yourself first, and then want to help others because see, the thing is, everybody who woke up are activated towards helping each other because that's a new system how it's going to work. There's not going to be overlaid systems of control who will tell you how to act and the rules. We're just naturally gonna help each other, and that's gonna be the only rule
Mm-hmm.
of survival in groups. And that's why we are this time forming groups and connecting to each other also,
Okay.
because it's like we leave, it's almost like an energetic imprint and the connection which spreads the circle of frequency circles. Like I see them, they kind of like expand when you connect to other people. You create the circle, and the more people come in and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it expands.
Okay. Okay.